welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Should we attack Satan and rebuke him, or do we stand as we're told in Ephesians 6? If we're to stand, how do we take back what Satan has taken from us? Well, kind of a multi-layered question here, and we're going to kind of work it backwards, so to speak. The Bible speaks very clearly that we're to stand against the wiles of the devil. The Bible speaks about rebuking the devil, whether it's in the book of James or the book of Jude. There's multiple places there. And kind of per the question, there's this issue of standing, not giving over ground based on Ephesians, and how do you take ground back? Allow me to illustrate best from the book of Jude. There's this little illustration there, it's actually a true story, of whom we know as Michael the archangel, who got in a dispute with the devil himself. And when all that happened, he said, quote, "The Lord rebuke you." I do not have the ability, you do not have the ability to personally go in the ring with Satan and, quote, win the battle or the fight. We need the power of God himself to do so. So when we talk about rebuking, please understand it's the Lord's power and authority that has to be the source. Now, when it talks about standing, I don't think it means so much, okay, the line has been drawn, I stand here, I can't go back to where it used to be because I've given up ground. I think when it speaks about that in Ephesians 6, when you've done all you can do, you stand. You're standing, trusting on calling on the Lord that he will fight the battle for you. Let me remind you, in the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, it says that the battle is not ours, it is his. So when Ephesians 6 talks about standing, I know in our mind, we kind of think about, okay, here's the line in the sand, I'm not giving up anymore. I get it. But what about the ground I've already given up? I think it needs to be more of a I'm standing firm, that I'm calling on the Lord to rebuke the devil. I'm calling on the Lord to take back the ground. And as he works, much like he did in the book of Jude, I can experience that in my own life. By the way, at the end of the story, in the book of Jude, the battle was over the body of Moses, which according to Deuteronomy chapter 34, nobody but the Lord and Moses knew where he was buried, and whom we know as Michael went to get the body. Now, there's a lot of reasons why or why not that might have occurred, but here's per the question today. He called on the Lord to rebuke. We're presuming he did, because when you get to what we know as Matthew chapter 17, guess who is in form with Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration? You guessed it, Moses. So essentially, Michael won the battle by standing on the promise of God. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.